The 2026 NATO Summit held in Ankara has wrapped up at a critical period, with the alliance facing some of its biggest security challenges so far, from defense spending and Ukraine to geopolitical challenges and a push to strengthen Europe's military capabilities. Here are the biggest takeaways from this year's summit. The summit's central message was that defense should be invested in more heavily, with a special focus on Arctic security. After allies agreed in 2025 to work towards spending 5% of their GDP on defense by 2035, they are now turning that pledge into concrete military capabilities. That include new multinational fleets of A400M transport aircraft, additional tanker planes, surveillance aircraft, and NATO's first purchase of Triton reconnaissance drones.
In the working session this morning, we discussed the progress other members are making toward the 5% target, and they're making great progress.
The summit also saw the launch of a new financial initiative to support rearmament. 9 countries, including Turkey, pledged to back the new Defense, Security and Resilience Bank, a Canada-based institution designed to provide up to $134 billion in low-cost financing for defense and security projects.
Here in Ankara, allies reaffirmed their ironclad commitment to the collective defense under Article 5.
Turkish President Erdogan called on NATO allies to remove restrictions on defense trade, arguing that including non-EU allies from European defense initiatives would create artificial divisions within the alliance. He also said Turkey is on track to meet NATO's 5% defense spending target by 2030, backed by additional investment in its Steel Dome air defense system. Hosting the summit also allowed Turkey to showcase its rapidly growing defense industry. Turkish officials say the country's defense sector is ready to become one of the driving forces behind NATO's industrial transformation.
Halihazırda NATO'nun ikinci büyük kara ordusunu sevk ve idare ediyoruz. 10 yıllardır NATO'nun Güneydoğu kanadının güvenliği önemli ölçüde ülkemize emanet edilmiştir. Türkiye bu emanete hakkıyla sahip çıkmıştır. İttifak bünyesindeki görevlerini her zaman layıkıyla yerine getiren, bu uğurda elini taşın altına koyan, gerektiğinde bedel ödeyen bir müttefik olduk. NATO'nun harekat ve misyonları ile ortak fonlarına en fazla katkı veren ülkeler arasındayız.
Perhaps the summit's biggest bilateral development came from Washington. US President Donald Trump said he intends to lift sanctions on Turkey and that he would consider bringing Ankara back to the F-35 fighter jet program.
I can tell you, we're going to be taking the sanctions off. Okay?
He also dismissed concerns over Turkey's purchase of Russian S-400 missile systems. Trump also made headlines beyond the summit's agenda. He threatened to halt trade with Spain, arguing that Madrid wasn't contributing enough to NATO's defense spending, while again voicing his desire to take control of Greenland.
Greenland doesn't help Denmark. Denmark doesn't spend money to really help Greenland, but it's an important part for the United States.
Ukraine remained a top priority throughout the summit. Allied leaders reaffirmed military support for Kiev while discussing ways to sustain long-term assistance. Trump also suggested there could be progress toward ending the war.
I think they both want to make a deal. It's too bad it took so long, but I think there's going to be something's going to come out, and the president's also helping us with that, but I think there's something.
However, on Iran, Trump said the negotiations for a peace deal were over after the US resumed military strikes on the country during the summit on July 7. Beyond immediate crisis, the summit reflected on broader shift within the alliance. Officials increasingly describe a future where Europe assumes greater responsibility for conventional defense, while the United States reassesses parts of its military posture on the continent. from pushing Europe to play a stronger role within NATO to an emphasis on increasing defense spending, the Ankara Summit outlined the alliance's priorities for the years ahead. But with conflict continuing on NATO's borders and political divisions still evident, the real measure of success will be how those commitments are delivered in the days and months to come.